Hey, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing great. So let's talk about how to get people to buy from you right now. I'm gonna warn you. This episode, this video, I'm gonna step on a few toes. I'm gonna ruffle a few feathers. But you know what? That's what I do. That's the way it's gonna go. So, anyways, um, first thing. So if you want to get people to buy from you right now, and I'm recording this like in the midst of COVID, when everyone is like scared, fearful, conserving, holding on. The number one thing we got to do, guys, is you need to get your head right. You need to get your head friggin' right. And I say this because a lot of people have issues. Like a lot of people have issues with money, and it's ridiculous. And I came across a comment in one of our Facebook ads last week, and one of the Facebook ads was talking about how one of our clients is doing, or at the time, they did 300 and change thousand a month in February. Then they did 692,000 in March. They'll do more than $1 million a month. Like this month in April, they're already beyond that. And this person had the audacity of saying, wow, 300K per month, they must be doing something shady. And I literally almost exploded. So I took a moment and I just calmed myself, and then I responded with the and I don't typically respond to Facebook ads, but I've actually used this whole time to actually have fun conversations with people, because it's kind of like your own blog post, right? So you might as well, if it makes sense. I delete a lot of the negative stuff, but I entertain conversations when it makes sense. And I wanted to make an example of this person because I said, wow, what a shocking comment, considering you have no knowledge of who this person is and what they're doing. Your response to that person says more about you than it does about them. And then she said something like, well, I would never consider working with you. And I said, believe me, we would not let you. And then it was done. It's maybe, not the best course of action to engage with stuff like that. But here's the thing, guys, is that kind of mentality is the reason why people stay broke. And it's the reason why we're right now in the midst of not a depression, but a recession. Okay. And I want to share with you why it's so important to get your friggin' head right, because shit like that, and I apologize for the language, but it really pisses me off. Nonsense like that is the reason why people get stuck forever. Okay. So number one, if you have an issue with people making money, you're never going to make money. Okay, let's just get real with that. Go work for someone else, get a minimum wage job, and you'll live a mediocre, happy life. If you have an issue when people make a lot of money, you will never make a lot of money. Okay, write that down, because you can never move in the direction that is against what you believe to be true for yourself. Okay, so when you see people making money, 300K a month, 100, whatever it is, whatever amount of money it is, I want you to applaud them. Okay, and if you have the belief that they must be doing something to take advantage of other people, then you will never achieve success, because you have a deep-seated belief that in order for you to get there, you have to take advantage of people. And that is a sick, poisoned mindset that needs to be fixed, okay? So fix your head. There's nothing wrong with making money, because if you're doing things properly, the only way you make a lot of money is by helping a lot of people. And I can tell you that person who left that comment, she's not making a lot of money. I can promise you that. And what that means is her impact in the world is like the size of a grain of salt. And that's what's sick. That's the problem. Meanwhile, our clients were helping 300, 400, 500 new clients a month. They're making an impact in people's lives, right? So the less money you make, the less impact you're having. Just get your head right around that. Okay, so now that we've got the mindset thing kind of spoken to a little, let's talk about why it's so important for people to buy right now. Right now, obviously, we're in an economic downturn, and here's what's happening. So if I don't have any cash on me, because I don't even use cash anymore. It's just on my credit card. So here's the thing that's funny about this situation. So COVID hits, right? And it's not like the next day, everyone's bank accounts just evaporated. It's not like money just disappeared into outer space. The money is still there. Okay, you still have the same money you did before. I mean, cash flow, it's probably a little bit, obviously a little bit different now. But if you had $100 before COVID, you have $100 the day after COVID. Okay, the only difference is that people are not spending their money. And that's how economic downturns happen. I just noticed I've got like purple lips from a smoothie I was just drinking. Whatever. I just wanted to get this out to you so bad that I didn't even care wiping my face. So people are not spending as much money, which means that if that continues, the entire economy will just go bust. That's how depressions and recessions eventually or ultimately start. I want you to think about this from your business, okay? The beautiful thing about entrepreneurs, and when I say entrepreneurs, I mean a person who is taking on something new, right? In French, entreprend, right? That's where the word comes from, is to take on something new. When you take on something new, you are essentially creating something out of thin air. Think about this. If you have a brick and mortar practice, I want you to think of this scenario. When you did not have your brick and mortar practice, there was a vacant building, or maybe there was someone there before, but there was no you, there was no your business there. So when you started your business, your income was zero. All businesses start there unless they're getting funding, but still revenue-wise, it's zero. So it's zero, which means you're not helping anyone. Now, on day one, on day two, day three, month one, month two, whatever, people start realizing you have a business, you market, you get in front of them, they come into your place of business and they start paying you money, right? They have their money holding on to, and they're saying, hold on, I've got this shoulder pain. I'm going to give you some of it to help me with the shoulder pain. So you get a little bit of their money, you provide value and relief for them, and the cycle continues. You get their money, now you have $100, and then now you want to go buy some, whatever, you want to go buy a green juice, you go to the smoothie bar, you buy a green juice for $10. Great, now $10 has gone to them, and now that $10 multiplied by many times over allows them to build a bigger facility, hire more people, right? So guys, nothing happens in the economy unless people are spending money. There's nothing wrong with spending money. That's how the economy works. That's how the world works, right? Obviously, as business owners, we want to be spending money on things that make sense, which are investments as opposed to just expenses. But and I'm going to bring this all back to why people, on how to get people to buy from you right now. So we have to be okay spending money right now. And so here's the question I want to ask you. Well, let me know in the comments if you're watching this live, okay? Do you want people to spend money with you right now? Do you want them to pay for your services, for your products, for your programs, for your help? If the answer to that question is no, you should not be in business. There are some people right now that believe they have a moral and ethical problem charging people during COVID. And I'm telling you, if you have that moral and ethical problem, it's still a problem even outside of COVID. Because you think that people don't have money right now, that is an assumption on a very small subset of the population. And if you do not charge for what it is you do, number one, no one pays attention when they don't pay. Number two, you do the entire economy a disservice by not encouraging the flow of money. And that's selfish. It's selfish because you're a small-minded thinker. And I apologize if this comes across very rash and brash in your face, but that's the reality, right? Do not make decisions for other people based on your limited mindset or your limited beliefs. If people don't have money, that doesn't mean all people don't have money. And it's not about having money, it's about the willingness to spend the money. You have a credit card, they have a credit card. Why would someone not put $100 on their credit card, right? What's the big deal? If there's an exchange of value, if you order food from Uber Eats, spend $50 to get food. Great. Well, what's the difference if you spend $50 or $5,000? The difference is on a $50 spend, you have a good degree of confidence that you can pay that back fairly quickly. On a $5,000 investment, now a lot of self-doubt kicks in. Well, what if this doesn't work? What if I can't pay this off? Worst case scenario, you carry a balance on your credit card for a couple months. Is it the worst case? No. If you went to school, you're probably hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Isn't that a bigger issue, right? So you have to, and here's the thing, you have to be willing to spend money right now. Because if you are not willing to spend now, you can't expect anyone to spend money with you right now. Okay, so just let that sink in for a second. Laura, yeah, totally. So people do have money. Think of all the affluents who are unable to spend on holidays, eating out, spa breaks, their theater, etc. They still want entertainment, coaching, help, quality of life. Totally, 100%. And also, it's not just the affluent people, right? I'm talking about like everyday people who don't have hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank, people who are living on, moderate incomes. Guys, like people's pain still exists. Just because COVID hit doesn't mean their back pain just went away. So what are they going to do? They're going to sit in their house and like it's just going to like evaporate. So here's the thing is you have to have a core deep-seated belief that if someone doesn't work with you, invest in you, buy from you, that they are going to continue suffering and they're going to be in a worse position than they would be otherwise, right? Someone gives you $500, $1,000, $1,500. You have to believe this. Again, it's all in your head. You have to believe that that is a drop in the bucket. I don't care what's happening in the economy compared to the alternative, which is them continuing to suffer, continuing to be in pain. And those are the two alternatives, okay? So if you want people to buy from you, then you have to be willing to spend right now. Listen, we've had like a ridiculous number of conversations in the past 6 weeks, probably 4 times as many as normal, with practitioners and health experts who say they want to save their business. And a lot of them have started working with us, which has been amazing. And we're doing some great stuff to help them. And then there's all those others who are saying they're serious about their business, who are saying they'll do whatever it takes. And when push comes to shove, they don't have what it takes. They're not willing to step up. They're afraid because they don't believe in themselves. And that's really what this comes down to, you guys. You don't believe in yourself. If you did believe in yourself, you would do whatever it takes, right? And if you don't believe in yourself, I want to encourage you to think of what is a time in life where you had success. Like we have spoken over the years, I don't even know, like it's got to be in the hundreds now of chiropractors and naturopaths specifically, who are hundreds of thousands of dollars of debt coming out of school. It is absolutely insane. Like it's ridiculous. Like you're willing to spend $300,000 on an education with zero guarantee that you're going to have a successful business on the outset of it. And that's okay, right? But when you're asked to invest like a fraction of that to help your business and actually make that money back, now all of a sudden it's like, well, I don't know. I'm a little bit skeptical. You should be skeptical. It's okay. Right? But don't let your fear and doubt hold you back, because if you're what's the alternative right now? What's the alternative? You're going to sit on your hands and do nothing? It's not the way forward. So listen, like you have to be in a position to understand what does it take to thrive in a crisis. To thrive in a crisis means you have to do the opposite of what most people do. I've mentioned this before. If you're contracting right now, you're dead. I promise you that, you're done. If you are not expanding, you're done. Okay, because we don't know how long this is going to go on for, but I can promise you when you look historically at the companies and people who've succeeded in times of crisis, it's not those people who are holding on to everything and conserving. It's not the companies who are letting all their employees go. Because guess what happens? Those employees are out there now, and guess who's running ads to hire them? I am, and other smart companies are. So now we're going to get all those amazing people who just lost their jobs to work with us, and we're going to continue building momentum while all those other companies are going to go out of business. Okay? You have to think differently than what most people think and do. If you want to be successful, you need to think and model and emulate successful people. And I'm talking about listen to the billionaires, listen to the Warren Buffetts. Why on earth would Warren Buffett say, when people sell, that's when I buy. And when people are in a buying frenzy, that's when I sell. It's a really simple equation, guys. Like right now, everyone is selling. Okay, they're liquidating their stocks or whatever it is, they're doing. They're trying to get cash. They're holding on. They're preserving. They're conserving. They're contracting. And what people like Warren Buffett are doing, the successful people, they're having a look for opportunities. They're looking for commercial real estate that's plummeted. They're looking for hotels to buy. They're looking to jump into other types of businesses and industries right now where they can buy them at pennies on the dollar, because that's where the opportunity lies right now. And it's not about being opportunistic, guys. It's not about being opportunistic. It's about being smart. And what that means is right now, if you want people to buy from you, you number one have to be able to solve a major pain or problem that they want solved now. Okay, so if you're like, it's the same as always, right? Back pain, neck pain, weight issues, they're the same amount of pain is there than it was 2 months ago. But you have to get your mind right. You have to get your mind right to be able to communicate with conviction that even though times are tough, that this is the smartest possible investment they could ever make. And you have to know how to lead those conversations. And it helps if you've got a very compelling offer that more people can say yes to you, right? Now, listen, this is the stuff that we do with our clients every single day. We help them with their communication. We help them with their offers. We help them with how they introduce what it is they do so that more people say yes. Do 100% of people say yes? Never, like in no market. But you need to be able to think about, with what's happening right now, how do I have a conversation with someone where what I'm offering is a must-have for them in spite of what's happening financially? Because I know not only is it important for my business, like for you and your business, but it's important for them, right? It's going to help them solve their pain. And when they pay you money, it brings revenue into your business. When you have revenue in your business, you're more likely to spend money to help you grow and acquire and all that good stuff. But if none of that happens, guys, everything stops. If you're not willing to spend money or invest money in your business, don't expect other people to do it with you. And if they don't do it and they're holding on to their cash, then guys, just think of the trickle effect this has across the economy in general. No one's spending. People are spending less. Everyone's holding on. Well, naturally, that's a contraction, and that's called a recession. So success is your duty. It is your responsibility. Nobody is helped by you not being successful. And when I say successful, I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about in all aspects of your life. But let's just talk about the business for a second. If your business is struggling, it helps no one. Okay? So please do whatever you have to do, like drill into your brain, get out the limiting beliefs, whatever you got to do to just get things right, because it's for the economy on a larger scale. It's important, but also for the people you want to serve at a micro level, it's super important for them. And again, like there's obviously strategic and tactical nuances to get more people to say yes right now, but I just want to give you a higher level perspective to really think about your mindset, okay, guys? Because I'm telling you, this is where everything is. Every challenge you're facing is between your ears, and it always will be. It always will be, okay? So anyways, if you want help with this, go to workwithyuri.com. And again, like I'm only interested in working with people who are serious, right? So if you say you're serious but you're not, don't even bother booking a call to speak with us. If you have an existing business, if you've had a track record of success, if you're generating income at least 5K or more per month, even though it might be a little bit less now because of COVID, it shouldn't stay there. We just spoke to someone last week. She was in 25K a month in her practice, and she's down to 7 now. I'm like, how does that not disgust you? How do you even have to think about this, right? You should be physically ill with that type of downturn. It is absolutely unacceptable, right? So you guys have to do whatever it takes to get your mindset and your business to the next level. It's important for you and your family, and it's important for the people you serve. And just from a higher level perspective, it's important for the entire world and the economy. All right, guys? So if you want our help, workwithyuri.com. That's where you want to go. And I hope you guys have an amazing Monday. Ciao, guys.